name is Tamara. Welcome to my channel. Today is all about learning 30 sentences and 30 words that you should know when traveling to the Republic of Georgia. Of course, 30 sentences and 30 words is not enough to learn the language. It's just for you to get around. But if you are someone that is looking to learn Georgian much better and have Georgian language as one of their languages in your repertoire, just follow me. I have multiple different programs coming out shortly. I already have one program that teaches you um, the Georgian vocabulary. It includes all of the pronunciation, all of the exercises, quizzes, PDF files, audio material, and so forth. It is very short but very sweet. It only costs $35 for you guys to sign up and have a lifetime access to the program. Like I said, it is self-study online program, and I also do tutoring. If you guys want to find the link in the description, everything is listed in the description for you guys. So let's get started. Okay, so very first word is number, numeri. Very simple, similar to English. Number is numeri. One thing that we are going to have to learn, one thing that is kind of like the best advice as far as the pronunciation that you will ever get is this: always give the stress on the very first vowel. If you put the stress on the second vowel, such as like numeri, right? That sounds Italian. That doesn't sound Georgian. So the Georgian language always puts the stress on the very first vowel. So numeri rather than nomeri. Let's do the same thing with the next word and just kind of think like, where does the stress go? Beautiful. Lamazi. I didn't say lamazi, I said lamazi. I want minda. So minda, even though this is kind of a sentence in English, it is not in Georgian. So minda is I want. Me is me. Me minda. You can also say it like that, but just by saying minda, everybody's gonna know that you are talking about yourself, because I'm not talking about you. If I was talking about you, then I would be using ginda, not minda. For example, in English, we have I want, you want, right? It doesn't change, but in Georgian, the want changes. Minda, ginda. Okay? That is a grammatical thing. I'm not going to go into this just because I don't want to be confusing. And then, this is all about learning just 30 letters and 30 words without the intervention of some really much more advanced things, if that makes sense. So let's move on to the next word. I don't want Arminda. I am hungry. Mashia. Come here. Modi. This es. Yes, ki. I want to stop right here and talk about the ejective letters, and that is available in my program. If you guys want to go a little bit more in depth on like actual letters and understand the ejective, the aspirated, and so forth letters that Georgian language definitely has. That K right there, ki, is ejective letter. K. It's not ki, it's ki. So there is some sort of pressure that you are building up before you are pronouncing the letter, instead of this puffy puff of air that would come out if I used the aspirated letter K, which would be K. So ki is ejective. So you are saying it with a clicking sound, if that makes sense, instead of ki, which is like a keys, which is very soft, right? It's aspirated. It has a lot of airy value, air coming out when I'm trying to pronounce the letter. And ejective would be ka, which is more clicking sound, which is ki. Okay, so this is ejective. This is ki. Let's move on to the next. No, ara. Give me momeci. Goodbye. Nach vam dies. Okay, so this one is going to be very um, most often used word. Hello and goodbye, right? Goodbye. Nach vam dies. Nach vam dies. Ch. Ch is letter that is fricative. I'm not going to go into too far so that this video is kind of short for you guys, but ch, r is fricative letters, just like in Spanish, a rolling R, r is a fricative letter. Same thing will be in Georgian, but we just have much more uh, fricative, which is like it has friction, right? When you are r, there is like some sort of friction going on, so that's why it's called fricative. So nach vam dies, and you are using your vocal cords, you are using your throat to pronounce that particular letter. So next we have hello, kamarjoba. Pretty simple. Me, me. You, shen. Very simple. Doctor, ekimi. Do you want this? Ginda. This is obviously a word in Georgian. It's not a sentence like in English. That would be a sentence. But this can be, depending on how you pronounce it, it can be perceived as a question or a statement. So depending on how you pronounce it, so ginda, that would be a question. Ginda, that will be a statement. Ginda, that's a question. Ginda, that is a statement. Morning, dila. Middle, shua. Day, dre. We have that letter that we were talking about earlier, the fricative r. So it's kind of r, it's a rolling r, but you are using your throat to pronounce that. So dre, dre, dre. Night, rame, same exact letter, the fricative r, come modi. Here, ak. There, ik. So this particular ik, remember we said ki, which is yes, which was ejective k. This one is aspirated, which means that there is puff of air coming out after pronouncing the k, which is k, just like in English. K is aspirated letter. Ik is aspirated, not ejective. If I was trying to pronounce it with an ejective k, it would be ik. So this one is aspirated, which is ik. So there in Georgian is ik. Let's move on. We, chven. You, plural or polite, tkven. Them, isini. Today, dres. So once again, there is this fricative letter r. Today, dres. Just like night was rame, same letter goes here, which will be r, letter r. Tomorrow, chval. This one is also fricative, letter ch, chval, okay? So this one is ch, letter ch, chval, tomorrow. Yesterday, gushin, very simple. Bad, tsudi. These are 30 letters that you should know, and we could also make more if you would like. If you comment and let me know that you want to for me to make part number 2, I will gladly make it. Okay, so let's move on to the 30 sentences that you need to know when traveling in Georgia. I want this. This very first sentence. I want this. Me minda es. Like we also said when we were learning the words, I mentioned that all you need to do really is just use minda. It implies that you are talking about yourself. But a lot of the times you will hear Georgians also say me minda es. And this sentence is kind of elaborating and teaching you a little bit more because you have these two words now, in addition to what we learned, that you are going to learn here. Me is me, minda es, this. I want this. This one is, what is this? Es raris. Es raris. Okay. How much does this cost? Es ragirs. This one is fricative letter, like we talked about. Es ragirs. Very good sentence to know. I like this. Me es mumtsons. What time is it? Romeli Satia. I love you. Meshen miqvarchar. Okay, let's slow this down so you can hear it better. Me, shen, so I, you. Me, shen, miqvarchar. Okay, miqvarchar. Me, shen, miqvarchar. Okay. What is your name? What is your name? This one is a polite way of asking. So shen is you, tkven is you, polite or plural. Okay. So watch here. We could have said shen rakvia, which we would not have this T in that case, right? If we said shen rakvia. You could also say that, but if you want to be polite, which I think like when you are first meeting somebody, maybe it would be a little bit more proper to use kvenrakviat instead of shenrakvia. But you are more than welcome. There's nothing wrong to using either or. Okay, so that's just a one option for you guys. Where are you? Sad khar. Sad khar. Where are you? Okay. One little trick, it's a grammar nuance, but I will just still hint, like do a little hint here. Sad khart, right? Just like to. That means it's multiple. It's plural or it is polite. Okay, when you add t at the end. Sad khar. If I edit t over here, I would be saying sad khart. Where are you? Polite way of saying you, a singular but polite. And sad khart would be multiple. How, I'm talking there's two or more people that I'm referring to. Where are you guys? Sad khart. Okay. So here it is. Call on the phone. Tareke. Same thing will be here. Okay. This little grammar nuance that I can't not tell you guys. That's just how I am as a person. I have to. So dareke means call. You could also add question mark. Dareke, did you call? Okay. Or I can add to and dareket. I'm talking about what? Plural or polite way, right? Did you guys call or did you call a polite way? Okay. Somebody that is maybe older than you or you just want to be extra polite that day, whatever. You will add to at the end. The same thing. I don't like this. Me es, me, this. Ar, no. Minda. I don't want this. I'm sorry. Did I say I don't like this? I don't want this. Me es ar minda. Okay. So these are 10 sentences that we just learned, and we have 20 more to go. Okay, so before we move on to this next section, I want to tell you guys that if you are someone that wants to dive in more and learn all the letters, the entire alphabet and its pronunciation and how you write it so that you are actually capable of reading. Let's say you go to a store and you want to read the label, or you just want to be able to read the signs or whatnot. Just there is a very simple online self-study program that is available for you guys for only $35. It teaches you everything. It includes tests, quizzes, and just fun activities for you guys to be able to test your ability after learning a specific amount of letters. So let's continue with this. And our very first sentence is, I want a doctor. And we already know how to pronounce what is ekimi. Ekimi is a doctor. Minda, me. We already know these words. So now we added one more word, ekimi, which is also listed in the PDF with its description. Just make sure that you download everything available for you guys. I want a doctor, me minda ekimi. Just in case something, God forbid, happens and you are trying to tell somebody like, I need a doctor or I want a doctor, that would be something critical to know. I want to go to the restaurant. That's another thing. You are starving and you need to go to the restaurant. You need to eat something, right? Me restauranshi minda. Was missing an A here. Me restauranshi minda. You can also say it without me. Restauranshi minda. Where if somebody asks you, raginda, what do you want? Raginda. You can say restauranshi minda or me minda restauranshi. Okay. My number is, if for some reason you want to exchange the numbers, right? Chemi nomeri aris. My number is. Okay. If you're tired, I'm tired. Davirale. You could also say me davirale, but it is not necessary. Davirale. I want to exercise. Me minda varjishi. Or varjishi minda. Minda varjishi. You don't need me necessarily, but you can use it because most of the time you will still hear people using me. So just letting you know, you can do it both ways. Come here. Modiak. Modiak. It's time. Droa. Where are you going? Sad. Where? Midichar. Going. Sad midichar. Good night. Rame. Mshvi dobisa. Rame. Mshvi do bisa. Mshvi do bisa. Okay? Ramem shvi do bisa. Remember, we are doing the stress, the accent, the stress on the very first vowel. We have 4 consonants back to back. And the very first one is where we are putting the accent. Good morning. Dila, very simple. Dila is morning. Mshvi do bisa. So mshvi do bisa stays the same here and here. Dila is the morning, which is available in the PDF for you guys. And we went over this word, dila, morning. Rame is night. Okay, so we have just 10 more words to learn, and then we're done. Good afternoon. Shua. Shua is middle. Okay. Dre. Dre is day. And then mshvidobisa is just one word. Shua, dre, mshvidobisa. Mshvidoba, if I wrote it like this, mshvidoba is peace, being peaceful. Shvidoba. So that's what actually we imply when we say shvidobisa is peaceful day, morning, whatever, right? But it's not a literal translation. Obviously, we say good afternoon in English. That's why I'm using non-literal translation because it would not really make sense. Peaceful morning, I don't think we ever say that. So shua dre, middle day. So this is noon. Shvidobisa. Mshvidobisa. Mshvidobisa. Good evening. Saramo. Evening is saramo. Mshvidobis. Ah, there you go. I will have very shortly coming up a program where it will be teaching you the numbers aside from every other vocabulary that we're going to be learning, but just numbers, you know what I mean? So this one is just tricky because I don't know how old you are. So if I knew you were 20, then I would say otsi. That's otsi. So you will have to Google it. If you are not planning to take my program in the future, you can just Google it and just find out what is your age in Georgian. But basically you would insert it right here and that would be what you would say. So me var otsi, or ozda erti, I don't know how old you are, tsalis. So me var age tsalis. Tsalis. That's an ejective letter as well. Letter ts. Cool? Me var otsi tsalis. Today is a good weather. Dres, remember dre is a day. Dres, today, that's what it means. Kargi, amindia. Kargi is good. Tsudi is bad. So kargi, can you please write that in your notes, is good. Kargi, amindia. Good weather. Amindi is weather. So then tomorrow is a bad weather. Chval tsudi amindi aris. Chval tsudi amindi aris. I am going. Me mivdivar. Okay. I am in a rush. Mech kareba. Let me say it a little bit slower. Me chkareba. Mech kareba. Mech kareba. Mech kareba. All right. I'm in a rush. What are you doing tomorrow? Chval, tomorrow. Ras, what? Aketeb. Aketeb. Remember the first vowel. Aketeb? No. Aketeb. Chval, ras, aketeb. Chval, ras, aketeb. Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? Sapir paresho sadaris. Sapir paresho sadaris. Sapir paresho. Sapir paresho sadaris. How can I arrive? How can I get there? How can I arrive? Where the destination is. Rogor mivide. Let's say you have to take a bus to go wherever. You will say rogor mivide. So basically, this is it. We are done with the program. If you have any questions, maybe any suggestions, please feel free to comment in the comment section below if you're watching it on YouTube. But if you are in the other platforms, please go and subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel. This is going to be a channel for you guys to learn Georgian. So hope to see you guys there. Bye.